Hello and welcome back to the workshop this week. My name is Spanj and as always...
I am XCaliber.
Very nice. Today we're looking at starter bases, specifically starter bases below level 10. So me and XCaliber have scoured the workshop as we usually do and have come up with a couple of candidates that we think worth your attention. I'm going to showcase mine first, and today it is the Outpost Alpha 9 by Devil's Spit. We can see it just over here. And I've opted for a very starter base. This thing is cheap. I'm just going to hit up the P menu. I'm going to have a look at that 1000 stone dust, 270 iron, copper 146, silicon 171. You can read. It's 39 minutes of construction time. Size class 1 barely. Unlock level 7. This is starter base territory. And so it's pretty basic, as you can imagine. But what I like about it is you've got this parking bay out the front. So if you are playing with spawn limitation switched on, as in you have to spawn stuff on a base, this works really nice. This is a nice bit of real estate right here.
It is. I really like the texturing, and you know, it's very simple colors, but it actually looks really good. It looks like, you know, what do you call that stuff? The not asphalt, I guess asphalt, yeah. It just looks like newly paved asphalt.
Yeah, I think this is the blue carpet texture painted black, which is actually one of my favorites to use to make asphalt, basically, or tarmac, whatever you want to call it. As for the base itself, yeah, it's pretty simple texturing. I like the two-tone that he's got going on. The black, I'd like a little bit more texturing around. I probably wouldn't use black personally, but that's just a personal preference. You know, it's visuals. They're very a personal thing, but functionally, this thing's got it where it counts. I think you've got 2 cannon turrets on the top. 3, sorry, scrap that. 3 cannon turrets. 3 solar panels, which will obviously be very easy to expand outwards along the ground if you want to. But no sentry guns. No sentry guns, but you shouldn't need sentries really at this stage. But again, it's very easy to add if you want to. What you do have on both sides, and I'm just on this side right now, is motion sensors. So when you get close to the base, it obviously turns the lights on, which is a nice touch. Let's have a look inside. And we got some nice brickwork and texturing going on in here. It's even got a bed. So you should be able to skip the night. You don't need a tent anymore, do you? You can use the beds. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like the piping you did here. This is cool.
Piping, big win.
Yeah.
The piping with the shaping of that ceiling is good. I really like that. And the way he's hidden the light behind the pipe as well, just to give overall a sort of more balanced light throughout. You've got space for grow plots here, but obviously you'll have to remove the blocks. And over here you've got a manual switch to turn on the grow lights.
Yeah, I mean he's owning the textures, definitely. I mean, this was done on purpose, and even the default texture for concrete, he's embraced it. He's left it in a lot of areas. I thought it was a mistake when I looked outside, but I'm seeing that he's definitely left it as an accent. So that's cool.
I think that's one of the default concrete textures. So he has actually selected that on purpose, like you say. But yeah, it's very good. And the brickwork in here looks nice. Behind these walls where you've got 1, 2, 3, these are obviously production areas that he's labelled up. If we start at the wrong end, i.e. 3, you've got 2 cargo boxes here, each with their 8,000 standard units. If you look just below, you can see the Wi-Fi connector. I think that's the Wi-Fi connector anyway. Then you've got a cargo extension with a whopping 136,000 storage units. Wow. It's actually labelled as the constructor's output at the moment. Just next to that, actually, you've got an ammo box with 2,000. And then further in to the first one, this is where things... Oh, the middle one, sorry. You've got a large constructor. Just up there, you've got an O2 station. Can't really see it, but it's definitely there, and you can definitely access it. On the floor, if you weren't paying attention, you probably missed it, but that is another container controller with 208,000 units. And another one further along with 152,000 units. This base has more storage than you can shake a stick at. And in here, you've got clone chamber, which is very easy to switch out with the Hell Station, and small constructors, 4 of them. which is going to help with production.
Yeah, I mean, there's some major production value here. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot for such a small space here. And, you know, with the garden, you know, I mean, you can push out, a ration with what's here. Well,
not quite.
You're shy of a ration, aren't you?
Yeah.
Shy.
But to be honest,
but it could be added.
Yeah. I'd expand into this space that I'm walking on now. I just add another row of grow plots in there, and then you've got a ration and more, and it'll be easy, I think, just to move those grow lights over one space over, and it would get those as well. So that's an easy modification. But I suppose he's just highlighted that area off the cuff just to highlight that it is a grow plot area. It's not set in stone, nothing ever is. So, but yeah, it's for a starter base and for this cost, I think this is a solid entry. It really is. Very
much. I mean, you could have a team of guys in here just, you know, building away and advancing.
I actually really like it. Armor locker upside down, which I'm a big fan of. They just don't look right there. Yeah. I don't know why.
It doesn't. Let's be honest, it doesn't look right anyway.
That's true, actually.
This is probably the best, yeah.
Yeah. A couple of fridges and another storage box up here, which is good. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I mean, these are starter bases. They're not going to have a lot to them, but there's a quick look up in here, and you've got the solar panels and that hidden light that we were talking about. And actually, let's have a look quickly through the floor as well, because some of the magic is down here as well. You've got the fuel tanks and O2 tanks are actually buried in the ground here, along with the generator. You can now see the container controllers and the Wi-Fi connector that we saw earlier as well.
How do you feel about that? What's your philosophy on burying stuff?
I'm perfectly okay with it. I think it's absolutely fine. No qualms with it at all. I mean, I can see it perhaps becoming a problem. You know, the Xerax base attack stuff that's going to be coming soon. I don't know how they react to buried stuff yet. So if you bury the core, for example, I don't know where the core is in this place. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
No, I assume it's probably way down here. It's right here. It's right here.
There it is. Yeah.
But I more meant like, you know, from a purist standpoint, like as far as manually accessing an oxygen tank to place the oxygen in it and stuff, you know.
Yeah, it depends on your playstyle, I guess. I'm a big fan of the P menu and the F4 button. I don't need to access things directly. I agree that it is a nice effect for a base to have. I do like things that are tucked away. In fact, if we have a look at the front here, he's got this shutter door that you wouldn't notice tucked away, and you've got access to another container controller just here. I love this sort of thing. You know?
That sold it for me right there. Yeah, I'm sold. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
I do like that sort of thing, but it's not necessarily a requirement for me.
Yeah.
So that is the Outpost Alpha 9 start base by Devilspit. Thank you, Devilspit. That's a fantastic submission. Link down below, as always, in the video description. We're going to head over to see what XCaliber brought today now.
All right, so this is the Survival Starter Node Base by BDC. And this is a, let me see here, this is a Unlock Level 5 base. It's size class 0.12. Extremely small little, little starter base that you could plop down for next to nothing. It's 170 stone dust, 40 iron ingots, 18 carbon, 64 copper, and 75 silicone. Production time is 8 minutes and 47 seconds. So it's extremely extremely cheap, and this is made for right before you do your hover vessel. So you're building your hover vessel. You want to start. You need a place to spawn it. You don't want to deal with the drones yet, so you spawn this thing because the drones will not attack until you have some kind of defense set. So if you notice, this thing has no defense, and that's basically because you don't have anything yet. So you want to build your hover vessel, or and you want to start out. This is what you need. This has a small constructor. So in early game, you're gonna have to get a small constructor like this or a hover vessel constructor in order to make the bigger stuff, right? So this kind of this is one way to do it. You could build the base, and then you could make your hover vessel, but at the same time you could you can advance to a bigger base with what this provides. So it's got a clone chamber, it's got an O2 station if you're doing an arid start. It has a refrigerator. It does not have a food processor, but it has so I mean, you're basically picking food, and whatever food you're picking or killing, you're just putting in the fridge for safekeeping. So it's not at the stage where you're kind of producing stuff, but you do have the constructor that produces the basic stuff. So I mean,
I was going to say you've got the small constructor where you can produce food. You've got your survival constructor where you can produce some food. Anything you can't produce, then like you say, you can just leave it in the fridge for safekeeping.
Absolutely. You've got the this thing's solar powered, and I would assume we probably don't have the best lighting right now, where this is all zeroed up. But you have current output is 67 PU, average is 39. Our consumption is 54. So it's in between average and current. You're right in the sweet spot. So I wouldn't say this is completely solar efficient, but it's definitely going to carry you on a very low amount of fuel.
Yeah, and if you were expanding this, you could, again, it's so easy to put more solar panels on something anyway. I do like the way that these have been placed to make them look like they kind of fold out, like you said earlier. And the whole thing looks like it kind of packs away, doesn't it? It looks really cool.
Yeah, it does. It kind of gives you that kind of fold away and take off kind of situation there. It's pretty cool. I like the new cargo boxes too. These look these look accurate where they are right here, like you're loading and unloading your small hover vessel. So kind of cool. It's a cool look. It's got a little RP value to it, definitely.
Yeah, like you say, it's that first step to, again, if you're playing with the spawn limit switched on, where you have to spawn things on a base, then this is great for a small hover vessel. And like you say, it's also great if you're just building one in survival off the cuff. Very nice.
Yeah, this is well thought out. Very well thought out little build. And very, very cheap.
Ridiculously cheap. Like, that's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you just can't go wrong with this. And then, listen, like, you build your base right next to this, your real base. You now have an extra repair station right here. I mean, you could just turn this into a repair station.
Yeah.
You could fit a decent tank on here. Any mid-level tank would fit. You take off the solar panels there, and you widen it a little bit. Yeah, I mean, this is just an awesome little refueling hub or something,
Yep.
Very nice. Again, this is by BDC, and this is the Survival Starter Node Base, level 5 unlock, and this is built for Alpha 9.4. All right, so we wanted to give an honorable mention this week, and this is for what we thought was just an exceptional base. And this person does a lot of really cool mid-level starter bases that just look way beyond starter. And this is the Starfire Hub by Jennifer. Zero G Industries. This thing, I mean, if you just look at the outside and you look at all the detail work and all the all the flat block transition to regular blocks, the way the solar panels look like they're literally a part of the base and not just an afterthought placed at the end of the build. I mean, you look at the top landing pad, everything has meaning, everything just, it flows really nicely, and it just looks like it's not of this game. It looks amazing.
Why didn't we include this?
So we didn't include this because it's actually an unlock level 12, and the only reason it's an unlock level 12 is the deconstructor that comes with the base. So it has a deconstructor which unlocks at 12, of course. So otherwise, this would be an unlock level 10 base. Would have been an easy decision.
So you could quite easily modify this then to be a starter base.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I mean, if you come in, you got the little ramp here just for, a little personnel protection, but you're still not in an oxygenated area. You're still kind of in the outside foyer, if you will. But you've got access to, it's labeled a Decon In, which is 40,000. And it looks like this is the back side of the deconstructor, so you're able to access this from outside very quickly to drop parts off. Then on the other side, you have a construct input, and you have access to your constructor as well. So, and this is an advanced constructor. So again, that's a level 12 unlock. So that as well as kicked it into it. So you just remove the constructors and you put in large constructor, and you're at level 10 again. So we go inside here. We've got some places we can go. We go left. We can go right. We can go up. So let's just let's kick it right here. And so this is the front of the deconstructor. And then if you go down here, you have a decon out. So really well thought out. You go in and then you just run to the front of the base. You drop off what needs to be dropped off, and the deconstructor does its business and it outputs it in the safety of the base.
I love this use of truss blocks she's got in the deco, because she's used the texture on the ceiling looks like truss, and then she's actually put truss next to it. And
very nice.
It's nice level of detail. Like it.
Definitely. Industrial chic.
What did that do?
I don't know.
I don't know what that
did.
What that did. I just flick it.
It could be a power thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a power thing. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll call
Let's
it
just
that.
flick switches, see what happens, innit?
It's just cool, yeah. Now, that's a window still, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's just classy, man. Look at that.
Like a glove.
You got the advanced constructor here. And it's the same thing. It outputs into here, and, it's within the safety of the base. Now, of course, you've got room here for expansion. So, if you see the squares here, these are obviously for something else. Maybe a cargo box, maybe a small constructor. I don't know. But there's definitely lots of room for upgrades. Now, if you go down here, you actually have a lower deck here. Oh, whoa! Where'd you come from? All right, you got the wireless controller here. Interesting.
Close the door on me. Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then look at that. Just more expansion. I guess this A for armory, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Armor lockers,
Could be.
Bluetooth station, maybe.
Yeah.
Could go well in there.
Oh, and then B. Maybe it's just A and B. Yeah. So just expansion.
Medical.
Bedrooms, whatever. Medical. All that good stuff.
Although, there are walkway blocks. Oh, that's interesting. Have you gone through the floor here? I didn't notice this before. Go through the floor here, come all the way down, and there's a motion sensor there. This is cool. This is like Jeffrey's tubes for oxygen and atmosphere, life support.
You know what I'm thinking now is this output over here, this 1 and 2. This is for so she actually created an HV, a small HV that fitted with a CV.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, it was along the same the name. It's the Starlight.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So I think these Starlights fit into here.
Oh, they're the little boxy things, aren't they?
Yeah. See right.
Oh, there you go.
Thing?
Yeah.
I think this fits directly into it for quick.
Wow.
Detach. And of course it's all F4 now, right? But I mean, it's cool that you could
the RP value in that
is awesome. You could simulate it, right?
Because the docking, you're absolutely spot on. Because the docking, if you lift her up and back up, the docking pads on the back of that are gonna connect with the top. And they go forward a bit. Up, now keep going up. Now back up. That's it. Just hold it there. Bingo. Look at her. What happened?
Take two.
Take two. Come on. There you go. Bingo.
Alright.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, that is
satisfying, that is.
That's a beautiful thing.
That is alarmingly satisfying.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's levels of planning and foresight.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I don't know why she's got a hover booster in here though. Anyway, we're not here to see the hover vessel.
So this is the Starfire Hub, level 12 unlock base.
By Jennifer.
By Jennifer.
Nice.
Absolutely by Jennifer. And, definitely check out the modular vessels that, work with this.
Yeah, they all seem to work together.
Very, very nice.
Alright guys, so next week we're going to be looking at starter CVs, so capital vessels that are sort of, I don't know, around about 10 to 15 in the level unlock thing that serve a purpose in early game, early exploration, early lifting, cargo, could be anything really, but it kind of has to be a starter CV, something that would be your first or maybe even second CV that you'd build. So that's what we're going to be looking at next week. Now the week after, we're giving you plenty of warning so that if you want to, you can get your builds in. But we're going to be looking at mid to late tier CVs the week after. Okay, so that gives you a sort of 2-week build period if you want to get your builds in. And that'll be any CV, sort of around 15 upwards on the unlock. Carriers, cargo ships, fighters in terms of combat ships, battleships, anything like that. We'll be looking at those as well. But that was the workshop this week. Thank you very much for watching. As always, we'll put links down below for all the things that we featured this week. Thank you to my co-host, XCaliber.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.
Catch y'all later.
Here's my base, which is the Outpost Alpha 9 something or other. By someone. Fuck, I didn't even know who it's by.
That would help.
That would help, wouldn't it?
It was mine by BBC.
Hello and welcome back to the workshop this week. My name is Spanj, and as always... Seriously, take your time. Like, what the fuck? XCal, where have you gone? I can't hear you.
Let's start over.
What happened?
No, I don't even want to do that. It wasn't even a joke. I didn't push the talk, but I think we've killed that joke. So let's just do it.
Oh.
So, why does it sound painful when you say after?
What?
Yeah, no. Like it sounded painful. Like you hurt yourself. Like after. Like
When did I say after?
you said after, but it was painful, man. It was like, wow, like, you all right? After.
I can't even remember the sentence I used that word in. What did I say?
No, you gotta roll it back. It's
Oh, the week after. The week after?
The week
Yeah, I wanted to
after.
accentuate that it was the week after.
Yeah. I think people
After.
got it. I think, yeah, I think the point was made. Absolutely.
Yes, it was the week after next. All right, fine. Jesus.